That's not cool. The 2017 Vilano Atom floating electric bike. This is a quick unboxing and quick overview of my unboxing experience. Basically, I just ordered this and I got this about a few hours ago, and the UPS just delivered it, and it's a huge box. It's pretty much about 5 feet in, well, probably about 5 or 4 feet in length, and it's the Atom 20-inch wheel black, floating electric bike. Got it on Amazon for about $650. And it's considered an inexpensive bike, floating electric bike, because most other ones cost anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500. But overall, it's pretty interesting. It came relatively quickly. It took a good, 5 days to get here from Florida, and it was packaged pretty okay. I mean, there's enough reinforcement, buffers, zip ties, everything to basically protect the bike. I don't think shipping wasn't that bad. There was a little nick or two on some of the paints, but overall, yeah, and not that big of a deal on that one. It's not super pristine as I want it, but oh well. But yeah, came pretty well. Came with the stuff. Came with a charger, a 2-amp charger, a 36 volts, and basically, yeah, in a huge box. So overall, the stoppers and stuff were there. Everything was there. Made sure everything was there. There's no tools that come with it. You probably need a screwdriver, a 10mm wrench, and some others, and a actually, most of it's quick release. It doesn't really matter. You probably just need a screwdriver and a 10mm wrench. That's all I actually used. It came with pedals, but they weren't floating, which this is a floating bike. Why doesn't it have a real floating pedal? I have no idea. They really should have just floating pedals. And good ones, not the cheap, crappy ones that break. Skewer for the front wheel, reflectors as well, and instruction manuals as general. It's not specific to this bike. The instructions also have like guidelines for lithium-ion battery handling and all maintenance and everything else like that. So I read through the manual and I read through the things. There's really nothing about floating bike information on this. The floating bike, unboxing mostly took out just the packaging, and then all you need to do is basically put on all the quick release stuff, like the bike stem, and make sure all the stems and quick releases are tight when you lock them down. That's really about it. Then you have to put the front tire in, and you're done. And the front tire skewer, and also the light. There's a tiny little LED light. I'm gonna go over real fast, and you just have to tie in all this stuff and make sure all of it's adjusted before you ride this thing. That's pretty much the only tuning. You can't really tune the wheels because the wheels are mag wheels, so there's no spokes. There are reflective lining on stickers on it, but it has some buckling and some bubbling on it, so I might have to just push them down as I need it. The tire itself is a pretty inexpensive tire, really soft material, as well as it only goes to 35 psi to 45 psi. My Dahan Kenda tires go to 65 psi, which is really stiff, which is really great for speed. This one, not so much. It's kind of soft. So basically all you do is put the skewer on, put it in, slide it on, make sure the brakes don't rub, and make sure it's aligned to the fork, and just tighten it. The front brakes don't have much issue. It cleared pretty well. But the rear brake had a little squeal, which I probably have to adjust a little later. Overall, not bad. Just a lot of throwing away of all this packaging. When installing that front little lamp that's connected to the battery, you can control it from the switch. It was a little off. In fact, it was off to the right a little too much, which is kind of weird. It just shot light to the right. So what I have to do is basically clamp it down and just bend it back. See how it's actually angled? So anywho, long story short, that's done, and now what I do is just tighten the multimeter / controller on the handlebar, and that's really about it. It just needs a little Allen wrench. The brakes and stuff I probably do a little adjustment, and also the rear derailleur is not just yet. I couldn't test it yet until I put it on a stand, but I'm planning to do that after I kind of figure out what they're going to do with that battery. The pedal itself, I haven't even put pedals on this. I can't really test it. I might as well just put air in it. This basically woke up the neighbors because this was about 10 o'clock at night that I turned on a small air compressor. But overall, I put it up to 45 psi just so I could get this thing going. And, it's a lot more convenient to use an air compressor than the hand pump. The wires get in the way sometimes when it folds, which is, I think, kind of scary, because if it folds and gets caught, that might be a problem. The battery itself looks pretty awesome. It's hidden in the tube, which is great. In terms of the light and how elegant this thing folds, it's not elegant at all. In fact, it's heavy in the back because of that motor, but overall it's well balanced. But the frame, I like the frame that, you know, that it can actually have a rack in the back, but there's no bottle cage in the front or bottle bosses for the front. The batteries is in the front half. It's well balanced to the motor in the back. The key actually goes underneath the frame. There's a keyhole underneath for the key to unlock the battery. I was figuring out where the heck does the key go, but yeah, by placing the key underneath there and turning it quarter ways, pushing in, you could release the entire battery to get out, so you could charge it remotely on a desk or, you know, somewhere else while you park the bike somewhere else and lock it in, and also for someone not to steal your battery, I guess. But when taking this thing out, that is not cool. So yeah, that's pretty messed up. Anywho, long story short, I did email the company. Hopefully they're going to reply back. Hopefully I could get a good test ride out of this bike. But yeah, the back of the battery was sticking out about ½ an inch. Probably not the best thing. You know, the back cover basically just broke. I think what happened was that maybe during shipping it smashed right through in the back of that battery. I heard a rattling noise when I was assembling the bike. That's why I also figured I'd take it out. I did try plugging it in and it turned red. So I don't know if it's safe to actually charge. So I decided not to charge it and just let it be. It already has a slight charge in it. The pedals that come with it have exposed bearings, which I don't know why, and they don't fold. They're just made of resin. The front quick release front brake and quick release is pretty neat, but I don't see why would you need it for such a small bike. The reflective tape is kind of peeling off or bubbling, which is not cool. The charging port has a little ugly screw that just covers the charging port with a little rubber. Weighs 55 kilograms shipping here, so it's actually probably like 40 kilograms. Actually, it's not that heavy. There's bosses in the back for rack mounts, which is cool. Again, I need to still do the derailleur tuning. I don't think it's tuned yet. I haven't even wrote it yet. The Shimano cassette in the back is really, you know, it's pretty basic. It's a basic cassette. Not exactly going to be high gears and fast speeding with this thing. Again, don't know why there's a quick release. The battery is pretty interesting. 36 volts at 8,800 milliamp hours, which is pretty awesome. It's like a 8.8 amp. That's the key. And the seat comes with actually cushioning, buffing, you know, Eslimer suspension, which is kind of hard. Overall, it's been pretty interesting. I can't wait to hear from the manufacturer or the seller on what they're gonna do about that battery. Though, you know, with a broken battery like that, you know, I might have to just return this thing because I haven't put the pedals on this thing yet. But yeah, overall, I like it. I like the design. I like all this stuff, but I don't know what they're going to do with that battery. And until they solve that one, I really can't test drive this bike and give it a review, an actual road test review, which I really want to do. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time. Please like, subscribe, and it'll probably take another week or so before I get that battery, I'm guessing, if they plan to do that. But like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that fun stuff. See you next time, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.